Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy HeRoiiN-gSuS, back again, bringing you guys a Modern Warfare 3 Search and Destroy on Carbon. And this is a game where it kind of shows you that you should never just quit out of a game, even if it's not going your way or shit's not happening the way you wanted it to at the beginning, because you never know. And it's kind of leads me into a bit of a rant video. I didn't really want to do one of these, but the more I play Call of Duty, the more, to be honest with you, the more frustrated I get. And, you know, I used to get not frustrated at the developer, you know, like Infinity Ward or Activision or Treyarch. But they're certainly culpable in this whole thing. They're definitely a big part of the equation of just total clusterfuck that now is Call of Duty. But people that play this game have, I'm going to be honest with you, have just completely changed from, you know, where we once were and where I can't believe that it's gotten this bad 4 years later. You know, like I said, I think a lot of it has to do with Infinity Ward. You know, they seem to just not give a shit about making this game more of skillful game where you have to beat somebody with your gun. You know, to be honest with you, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in the meetings where whoever the person was decided that, you know, dead man's hand, final stand, all that shit should be back in this game. I would have loved to have heard the argument that person made for why that shit should be in the game. To me, it just blows my fucking mind that they continuously put shit in the game that just doesn't make any sense. And I'm not sure if they do that on purpose, like to piss people off, or if they do that to compensate for people not being able to get kills. I really don't understand the thinking behind that, to be honest with you. It kind of just blows my fucking mind. I was playing with somebody the other night for the first time. It was actually another YouTuber. What's up, Minnesota? And we were talking about how me and him have sort of had this standard that we wish that somehow that the CoD community would just all of a sudden just snap, you know, snap into, like all of a sudden use the correct shit. But it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. It doesn't seem like it's ever going to happen. We were talking about, this is actually where I go on a little bit of an ace. I think it's a 3 or 4 man clutch, so this is a pretty good round for me. But anyway, we were talking about you know, sort of what we don't use in a game. Like, we don't use FMGs, we don't use the shotguns, we don't use, you know, RPGs, we don't use noob tubes, we don't use dead man's hand, we don't use that shit. And we were kind of like laughing about it, you know, because it seems like we're, and not just me and him personally, but obviously the people that play like us and a lot of my friends, we don't play that way. And somehow, I don't know if it's like a mindset, if we're the ones who are wrong, or if the rest of the community is wrong. Like, apparently they all seem to think that it's okay to use that shit, you know, where we're not, we don't agree with it, we don't want to use it, you know. It's kind of like we're the last of the Mohegans, because everybody that plays like us has really gone to competitive gaming. They've gone to game battles, they've gone to, if you're in Europe, play Deserto. They have put themselves, they've removed themselves completely out of the equation of pub games. They just don't even want to put up with it, and the number one reason why, if you ever ask them, is they don't want to deal with the bullshit. You know, if the bullshit wasn't in the game, you would get most of those guys back. If you ever watch scrims or you know, the MLG players play, look at their ranks. Okay, look at their prestige, or what prestige they're on. Most of them haven't even gotten to level 80 of the very first fucking prestige. And I'm not saying like the prestige, I'm talking the first fucking rank where you get the ugly green and silver, you know, emblems and shit. I mean, they're not even up to 80 yet. And the reason why is because they won't even play this shit to get to level 80 of the very first ranking system you get. That's how bad pub games are. That's how bad public games are. That's how unfucking bearable they are. And it's a shame, because if those guys played, I mean, I don't see how Infinity Ward, you know, and I do, because I know they make decisions based on sales in a business standpoint. They know that particular part of the community, a competitive part of the community, is less than 1%, especially the very high-ranking guys. You know, the guys who really can say that they're in the top 20, top 30, top 40 players in the world at this game on console. You know, they're in less than 1%. They're less than a half a fucking percent. I mean, what, 20+ million people bought this game, and there's what, 50 of them, 100 of them at most. So, you know, of course Infinity Ward doesn't give a shit what they think. They're not the bulk of their sales. But you would think that these guys would make a concentrated effort, Infinity Ward I'm talking, would make a concentrated effort in trying to promote that kind of thinking, promote that kind of gaming, promote that kind of Call of Duty play. And I'm sorry, man, but I really think that Modern Warfare 3 is going to have detrimental ramifications for Black Ops 2. People are so sick of Call of Duty, so sick of the bullshit, that Black Ops is going to really suffer from the bullshit that Infinity Ward put its Call of Duty customers through these last what, 5 months or whatever. You know, Call of Duty Elite is bogus. Fucking the game is just all fucked up. For some reason, it seems like it's actually gotten worse in the spawn systems. I don't know, man. I didn't really want to make this a rant video, but because of the last 2-3 days I played, it's just been fucked up. Hope you guys like the search game. I don't play a lot of search anymore. But yeah. So, you know, do all that good rating, comment, and subscribe bullshit. So, hope you guys like the commentary. Later.
Job complete.